Thank you, Madam Chair, and I appreciate all the support on this. Recent events or past events I've had to harden my heart on a lot of things that go on because you have to sleep at night and there's so much gloom and doom to deal with. And I think something that really brought this to me, though, was the event when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And so that kind of hit on me, and I looked up other things and finding how assassination attempts that were on, in fact, I believe it was successful in Minnesota. We've had authorities reported nearly 15,000 threats against public officials in 2025 alone. And in a broader arena, 9,474 threats against members of Congress were investigated in 2024. And nearly half of the U.S. states reported threats against election workers during the 2024 election cycles. There's been bomb threats to election polling places, and then threats and harassment against public officials have increased dramatically. And I recently met somebody who moved from one county to Pierce County because of the harassment. There are people coming to the home and parking out there and disrupting family life, and that's just so unnecessary. And we could say in just the past 2 years, we've seen elected officials assassinated, homes of public servants shot at, election workers assaulted, bomb threats on polling sites, thousands of threats against those who serve. And it's part of a growing pattern that directly threatens the ability for citizens to participate in self-government. And something else, several years ago, I met the widow of a man who went to the aid of a friend. And it was a situation that happened 10 years ago, and he lost his life over that. And I will say it was reported in the media one way, but yet when you meet the family and the wife and all of the children, and you see the videos and you see the shooting that happened, I would say it was an ambush, but someone, they call it something else. But these are things that need to be looked at, and we need to, stop these kinds of things, because the strength of the free society is, being able to have a vigorous debate and having arguments civilly that are not intimidating, and we don't need to call on enforcement to help stop that. So by condemning political violence and honoring those who have been harmed by it, this resolution can remind us that the proper response to disagreement is not silence or intimidation, but it's more speech, more participation, and more commitment to the peaceful engagement. So I appreciate all the support that I've had on this, that you all have said, and those who go through this. And just be mindful that, respect the people that are putting themselves in the position to take the arrows. And you don't even have to really be in an office, because there are many citizens who are out peacefully picketing or holding their sign to say a message, and they get, what's the word I'm looking for? There's intimidation against them, and that shouldn't happen, not here. So anyway, I appreciate all the support on this, and thank you, Chair, for this opportunity.